Hello and welcome. My name is Catherine. I'm the founder of FitIn. Welcome to our latest in our affiliate spotlight series. And today we've got with us Darlene Caridi of Functional Fitness. Hi.
Hello.
So just for those of you who haven't seen her storefront yet, Darlene's a personal trainer in the Markham area, kind of surrounding areas too. And she focuses on women 50 plus very specifically. So Darlene, can you just start by telling us a little bit about your background maybe, and maybe a little bit about the courses and the services you offer on your FitIn storefront?
Sure. I'm going to go all the way back to my childhood. This is a time that I remember well. It was with my grandmother. And I loved my grandmother. I spent many weekends with her, and she taught me so much. She was a mentor. I was, I guess, 5 years old, and my grandmother must have been in her 50s, mid 50s at the time that I would, spend time with her. So my parents would drop me off, and I would stay there for the whole weekend.
Nice.
And we had so many things in common. Even though I'm a little girl, I looked up to her, and she was very much not eccentric, but she did things, and I learned from it, but things that you wouldn't even think of today. And what I mean by that is she had no washroom in her house. We had to go to an outhouse outside. I'm serious. Okay.
Yep.
They didn't have heat. It was a coal oven. We used black coal. So these were all just ways for me to learn about what it means to do everything yourself and be independent. And she was so active.
Right.
She was nonstop. She never sat down. She did have an afternoon nap. I remember that. But generally, she was always active, physically active all the time. And
she had a great experience of seeing someone who is, older than yourself being
yes, and
capable.
So I just took note of that. She had her own vegetable garden. So I'd be out there with her picking fresh carrots, green beans, potatoes, tomatoes, fresh food. She had
organic,
a really nice
too, I'm sure.
Yeah. There was no such thing as pesticides or anything at that time. She had those white pine trees in her backyard. They're beautiful. And just being outside in nature and just enjoying that. And she loved to take me for excursions. So we would go actually to this conservation park, not too far from where she lived. We'd walk there. And I remember having to go down this steep hill to get down into the forested area. And then we'd spend the whole day there. And of course, I'm a nature lover, so I loved it. I was picking up toads and caterpillars, and I was into that.
Good for your mental health as well as your physical, right?
My grandmother loved it, the fresh air, and just it was just so good for us, breathing in all that amazing healing, nature. And then coming back up that hill was quite a jaunt. It was it seemed to me like it was a really long time getting up this hill. But all I'm saying is, this is my grandmother in her mid 50s, and she did all this with me. And she used to take me all the way downtown Toronto to the Eaton's Center. It was a bus, subway, streetcar, and then she would lug me all throughout the store all day. So we were physically
a real inspiration for you.
She was. Like. She just had me going constantly with her, and she lived a good life. Yeah. She really did. But just the fact that she knew how important it was to stay busy. She was always moving. So that's really what I just wanted to explain about my background right from childhood, how important it is to be physically fit and all the things that she used to do. She had rainwater as well. She used rainwater.
She used it for her garden and for everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, ecologically, we're all going back to the old ways of doing things, right? And I think that this is a little bit of, is what I'm taking away from what you're saying, that, there were some simpler ways of doing things just by getting out in nature and getting out and
Yes.
moving, getting out and
Yes.
doing gardening. That's all really great exercise. One
I
of my,
know.
one of my big questions I've been dying to ask you. So,
Yeah.
and this might be actually, you may have answered it already, actually, because, you have taken such an interest in the aging body, for lack of a
Yes.
better term. But is
Yes.
this why this topic is so fascinating for you? Because of your
Yes, because
memories and experiences?
when I went to school for my education, it was at Humber College. I took their recreation leadership course. It was 2
Right.
years,
Hmm.
and what I specialized in was seniors. And I
Hmm.
did my programming. So once I finished my course, I went and worked at different senior centers, and I did a
Yes.
survey with them to find out what their needs are and what they would like for their programming. And I did the seniors games as well. So I found out the kind of activities they
All the
liked as
fun
well,
stuff.
you know. So I did some good steps way back, in my early 30s.
Well,
And
I tell you, you're ahead of your time, because nowadays there's a
I'm
huge
always ahead of
push.
my time with everything. It's crazy, but that's just the way it seems to be
You're
with
ahead of
me.
your time, but you're also so,
But
kind of looking from the past. So it's really
yeah, well, here I
interesting.
am, 65 this year.
And looking at a day over, I don't know
And
what.
well, the
Not
COVID
bad.
has been hard on all of us. I know
Yeah, of
for me, anyways, it hasn't been
course.
easy. But I just want to go back to my education. So after
Mhm.
I finished with the programming, it was a lot of sitting at a desk. It wasn't out there physically doing stuff. So
Yes.
I just didn't continue doing the programming. I'm
Hmm.
not that kind of a person. I like to be busy.
Like a
So
grandma.
I then went and got my certification through WYCM, to get my dancercise fitness instruction so
Hmm.
I could teach classes. YWCA, sorry, YWCA.
Oh, that's
And
what I thought you
so,
meant. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, YWCA. So I started going to different fitness clubs and teaching group classes. There
Awesome.
was one in Toronto I went to called Super Fitness, another one in Newmarket called Nautilus, and then here in Markham, where I live now,
Hmm.
was Curves for women.
Shout outs. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, and then in 2013 is when I got my certification as a personal training specialist, and then really specialized in older adults.
Right.
So that's pretty much, what I did. And I also
Awesome.
volunteered with VON, Victoria Order of Nurses,
Yeah.
for 10 years.
I
And they
remember you telling
had,
me about that.
yeah, they had
Yeah.
their own smart exercise program for the adults 55 plus. So I facilitated, teaching the classes as well as I did in home.
Awesome.
So,
So you've
yeah,
done a lot in your time, which
I
makes you
have.
an exceptionally expert,
Yeah,
personal trainer, and especially for this age group, which is important.
it
So,
is.
tell me, like, you must see some really, really clear, really defined, I don't know, like benefits that kind of manifest as you work with your clients. Can you tell us a little bit about what you see after you've been working with someone 50 plus for a while?
For sure. What happens is as we age, and this is for all of us, I mean, we want to slow the aging process. You can't stop it, you want to slow it down.
Right.
But I found that because of this age group, I don't know if you know the baby boom.
Hmm.
The baby boom. Okay. What happened was that after World War II, 9 months later,
Oh, yeah.
there was this sudden rise of the birth rate. I think there was like 8.6 million overall babies were born between 1946 to 1964.
Hmm.
And I'm right in the middle. So this year of
Right.
2021, the youngest baby boomer is 57 and the
Hmm.
oldest is 75. So it's a huge market,
That's right.
and we're going to see even more seniors within the next,
Well,
2030.
For
the
sure.
population is roughly going to be 25% of baby boomers over the age of 65.
Yeah. And people are
So it's
living longer all the
yeah,
time,
it's a
which is,
large group of
yeah,
people.
it is.
So,
So,
so
as you
that's
get
where
back,
so that's where my interest in as far as helping these seniors,
mhm,
because they're very sedentary people. They don't seem to think that exercise is that important. And they actually think they're healthy, believe it or not.
okay, so there's a little bit of
So,
myth busting to happen there. We'll have to have you
yeah,
back and do a myth busting session then, I
I
think, for
know.
sure.
So, just to give you an example of one of my clients, she came to see me about a year ago. She had two joint replacements in her knees,
Mhm.
one right after the other. And
Pretty
she,
common. Yeah.
yeah, and she was walking with a cane when she first started with me, and you could tell
Mhm.
that her gait wasn't very good, and she was very slow at moving, right?
Yeah.
And so I started working with her, and she saw results very quickly. But like I said, she's been
Nice.
with me for a year. So the way she is today
Mhm.
is she's amazing. She doesn't have a cane. She's walking
Awesome.
amazingly now. You wouldn't even
Yeah.
know if she had knee replacements.
Oh, wow.
She's she's got self-confidence now, because when she first came in, you could tell that she had, that negative talk. Just, you
Mhm.
know,
Of
wasn't
course.
sure if she was going to get any better or not. Um, Her strength has improved tremendously. Like, she's really strong in the upper body, but because of her knees. I mean, I still need to work on her balance, but
Right.
oh, she totally has improved
That's
with her
amazing.
balance. And I noticed too that we started doing the squat just from, sit stand from a chair. She's
Mhm.
now doing it from the TRX. If
Oh,
you know
wow.
TRX, yes,
Yeah. Way to go.
squats. So she's really seen a lot of improvement. She's losing weight. She's lost about 15 pounds because she was overweight.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's lost the weight. And I think she's more confident now, because at one point I'm sure she thought, there's a possibility of her losing her balance and falling. But now
Mhm.
you can see that she'll do things, and she's more confident about doing it because she's not as nervous as far as falling
Yeah.
goes. Yeah.
I'm curious. I know, remember last year you had, or maybe it was 2 years ago, you had a listing on FitIn for guided walks through the woods. Are you doing that again this year? Because it sounds like
I
she'll be ready for that soon.
Yeah, I would love to go outside again and do the walks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that's, as soon as everyone's vaccinated, we can start doing outdoor workouts at least maybe soon. And hopefully we can inspire some women who are 50 plus to maybe host some fitness parties with you. Could be in backyards. We could even, I mean, you have some virtual classes online as well
Hmm.
that are available. I think that would be a great thing to do for now before we all get back together.
That's true, because I was doing private in-home before, and
Right.
I still feel now that they might not be too comfortable at this point for me still coming to
Mm,
their homes. So that's why the virtual will work.
yeah.
A lot of the personal trainers and fitness instructors have done that. They've put all their clients on virtual.
Yeah. A lot of
Hmm.
them are, yes. Well, Darlene, thank you so much for spending some time with me today, letting me and everyone else who are watching get to know you a little better. For
Good.
those of you who are interested, if not for yourself, maybe for a parent or an aging sibling, or who knows, but feel free to check out Darlene's Fit-In storefront. I will put the
Mhm.
URL after this so that you can click and have a look. And sign up for a consultation with her and just get started, see what it's like, and you can go from there. But
For
hopefully
sure.
Darlene will be able to help some of you.
That's great. Well, thank you.
All right, we'll have you back again, and everyone else have a great day too. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.